digital downloads, or billing clients for services, Samcart is where you get paid for whatever it is that you do. At Samcart, you can sell anything and everything using our library of pre-made templates that have been used to generate billions of dollars in sales. Bring your sales page to life with the drag and drop builder. Offer your customers more ways to pay you by selling payment plans, subscriptions, bundles, and even pay what you want offers. You can sell your products as one lump sum or break up those payments into smaller chunks with payment plans. You can grow your recurring income with built-in subscriptions. And these are just a few ways that Samcart makes it easy for you to get paid for what you do. And now built into every single Samcart account is the brand new Samcart Courses, the perfect solution for securely delivering your video courses, ebooks, and memberships all in one place. And it is built right into every single Samcart account. With the new Samcart Courses, you can create a robust lesson plan for your students and even drip out the content on your own schedule. You can boost your sales by selling different tiers and bundles of your course. And did you know that right now, over 30% of your students never even make it to the first video? Which is why we developed Samcart's auto-enroll technology, which seamlessly takes your students from buying to learning in one simple step. No lost passwords, no support tickets, just more happy customers getting exactly what they bought every time. But what if you're a brand new course creator? Or you've always wanted to add an online course to whatever it is that you already sell? Then do not miss the Samcart Course Creation Challenge. Over 20 videos and lessons that will help you launch your first online course in just 14 days. You'll learn everything from cameras and lighting to launching and selling your first online course. And whenever you're ready, you can showcase and sell your course on one simple page, built with Samcart's drag and drop editor. Easily create high converting sales pages by adding video trailers, countdown timers, and more. Our mission at Samcart is to put the selling power of the world's largest brands into your hands, multiplying your sales with powerful features like one-click upsells, order bumps, and more. In fact, Samcart's database proves that adding a single one-click upsell increases your average order value by 68%. And next are the order bumps. Just one order bump boosts sales by an average of 31%. Create your first bump, and 1 out of 3 customers is going to hit that add to order button and make you more money. Selling subscriptions? Well, what are you doing about failed payments? Your customers' credit cards are constantly being lost, stolen, or expiring. So what happens when those payments fail? Well, instead of chasing down your clients, we created the Samcart Subscription Saver. Samcart automatically updates your customers' credit cards without you lifting a finger. So your subscription payments come in on time, which lets you focus back on growing your business. And for any advanced sellers doing 6 figures and up already, Samcart has all the tools you need to keep scaling. You can A/B test your product pages in real time and let the results guide you to your next move. You can see which version of your page converts the highest and make more money in the process. Turn your business into a well-oiled machine by integrating Samcart with all of your favorite tools for sending emails, managing contacts, and even doing your taxes. Samcart's integrations let you effortlessly track your return on ad spend, create new customer profiles, automatically ship out your products, and keep your team in the loop with updates and notifications. So let's launch your next course, ebook, mastermind group, CPG brand, or digital agency today. Samcart is home to over 20,000 creators who have sold more than $2 billion of their own products and services on Samcart. You can join them today and see why the right tool makes all the difference. Get started for free today at samcart.com.
Yes.
Tuesday. What's going on, everybody? It is Scott Moran here from Samcart. Today is Tuesday, the Tuesday takeover. That is what we're doing here today. I'm with Jordan P. Anderson. He's on that side of the screen. And today, Jordan, we are going to dive in to a creator, someone who has hundreds of thousands of fans between Instagram, YouTube, mainly in those two spots, but who we think is probably drastically underperforming in terms of how much money they could be pulling out from this business. We're going to dive in. We're going to talk about how they're making their cash, where they could be making more, right? And look at one example of a multiple six-figure creator in the exact same space, someone who is crushing it, and get a look in their business inside of Samcart. Let's do it.
Let's get into it. Volandis. We're gonna mess up this name. I swear to God.
I think it's Volandis. Is it
Volandis?
Volandis,
if you're watching this.
Volandis.
Vulandis.
We apologize ahead of time if we are infinitely just not correct. But yeah, this creator's name is Volandis. We're just going to go with that for the most part.
Detroit-based photographer. The work is incredible. We were just like, as we were like analyzing this business, we were just like, just drooling for a second. Like, hey, forgot we had to do our job. The work is incredible.
Unreal.
The portraits are great. It looks like he shoots everything on film, so you get that kind of nice Kodak or Fujifilm look. He's shooting on old school film cameras. All around Detroit, doing these awesome, great portraits, doing collabs, rap videos, everything around. It's like it's wild stuff, awesome stuff.
Incredibly talented photographer, videographer. Go check him out. You can check him out on the main social media channels. Seem to be Instagram and YouTube specifically. And then on YouTube, he's got this whole other arm, right, where he's teaching. He's talking about photography. He's talking about his best tricks and tips for making great videos and editing stuff and, doing all this kind of stuff. And so he does a great job. I mean, it's just killer art. It's killer content, right? He's teaching, he's sharing, like he's documenting, like he has encapsulated life in Detroit. You know what I mean? Like he owns that. That's his now. You know what I mean? Like what does life look like in Detroit? And I remember a guy that I followed in Baltimore when we were living like outside of Baltimore, DC. It just feels the same way. It feels People of New York-esque. It feels that kind of way. And anyway, like we said, awesome art, awesome content. Go check this guy out. Go follow him. Give him a follow on Instagram. Give him a follow on YouTube, right? But today, what do we do, right? What we do is we're looking at everything from an e-commerce lens, right? So our job is to say, all right, we're going to take a look at this creator. We're going to take a look at, listen, where are they making their money? How could they be making more, right? And what tips and tricks do we bring from our experience of watching $3 billion in sales through Samcart from all of our creators and bring it to work for Volandis and his business, right? So Jordan, we've got 3 big objectives here today, right? 3 things. Stick with us because these are exactly what we're going to cover, and they're going to apply to a lot more than just Volandis. But walk us through this. What are we talking about?
Yeah, today we're going to first we're going to delete his store, not ironically, and then we're going to curate the experience. We're going to show him how like we can take his customers from Instagram. We've talked about a lot this term alignment, creating and deleting the buffet and making a more straight line to get to what you want, and then extend the journey, add to order, AOV, lifetime value, making your $15 customer that much more valuable, maybe making them into a $250 or $1,000 customer. The question I want to ask everyone in the chat right now, a question we've never really asked before, what are your revenue numbers? What did you do last year? How much is your business bringing in? What is your revenue number? You could say let's say under 50,000, over 50,000. Leave it in the chat. Under 50,000, over 50,000. Let us know how much revenue you brought in for your digital business. Scott, next slide.
Under, over. This is us, right? So myself, Scott Moran, co-founder here at Samcart, Jordan P. Anderson, our lead creator producer, and with us not today is Taylor Danielle, who of course is an awesome customer success manager here at Samcart, does a great job, and not with us today. Taylor, we'll see you back, okay? She'll be back real soon. But this is the Samcart Takeover. What we do is we take a look at expert e-commerce people, right? That's us. We take a look and we look at creators and we basically say, listen, how much is this creator making, right? Where are they making their money and where could they be making more, right? So that all of you guys watching can monetize like the pros do, okay? So again, if this is your first time joining us, drop a first in the comment down below. Always love to see. Every time we do this, we have people who have not joined us before, which is super cool, but that is what we do here at the Takeover. So if you're thinking, how do I pull more money out of my audience, right? Pay attention. This was made for you, right? And if we say something on the call that you think is particularly smart, particularly insightful, particularly like, I need to write that down, drop it in the chat, right? Give your big aha moments, put them down in the chat. Always love seeing kind of what stuck out to you, what's like, I need to get on that right now. You know what I mean? Drop it in the chat. We want to hear from you guys and what that is. But Jordan, we always start these takeovers with the same kind of first intro question. When you and I go look, and Taylor, we go look at a creator, and we want to get a sense of how are they making their money, right? Where do we start? What is this?
That's right. Yeah. What are they promoting? We try to give our creators the benefit of the doubt. We're like, okay, maybe they didn't mean to send us here, or okay, hey, the link is broken in the first, link in the YouTube description. Okay. But we're always asking, like, what's the first link? What's the first link in bio? Do they have a link in bio, or is it just one link in their Instagram profile? We try to figure that out, and again, giving them the benefit of the doubt, like. Your first few links are your big indicators as to what is bringing you the most money, or as a creator, what you think is the priority in your business.
Big time. Exactly right. Right. And so one of the things that we'll talk about is alignment, right? And I think that's going to be a big one for today, is the idea of, we'll get into what alignment actually is, but alignment is something that you guys with your audiences, when you create alignment, right? And what I'm talking about is basically alignment between what you're creating and what you're selling, right? Is when results really start popping off, right? And so that is one thing in particular that I think we're going to get into deeper, and I think could be really, really big here for today. But let's go ahead and just take a look. Okay, what are we seeing, right? Basically, when we go look for, okay, cool, Volantis is out here on Instagram, on YouTube, what like that. What is this person out here promoting? This is what we find out, right? So if you go look at most recent YouTube video, already has 15,000 views, right? This is someone with a big audience. People are watching what he's doing. They're listening to what he's talking about, right? Here are some links. First link up top, I gave it a green, right? Green means good, okay? We got a good thumbs up. He's linking back to his storefront, right? Storefronts have problems. We'll get into that in a second. But at least Volantis is linking back to something where he owns all the revenue, right? The first thing he's putting up there, which means it's the link that's going to get clicked the most, right? It's the highest in the description. It's right up top, is back to his storefront. He owns it. When somebody buys something there, he's making money. Good, right? Jordan, why is Amazon store red and bad?
It's red. It's bad. You are gambling in public, basically.
Stop.
You're just hoping, rolling the dice, crossing your fingers every single time that somebody clicks on that link, and then they go, and 24 hours later they buy their own toilet paper or cereal, what they need on Amazon, and then you get credit, and then you get some little percentage of that sale. And we did the math, and if you're trying to sell, like, for Volantis, he's probably selling cameras. He's probably selling podcast gear, road products. If you were to sell $12 million of road products on Amazon, you yourself, the creator running these affiliate links, would take home $50,000. So great.
You have to sell.
Great job.
Right. Even if Volantis' Amazon storefront worked beyond his wildest dreams, and every single one of his subscribers went over there and bought equipment, expensive stuff, right? He would still be making just pennies on the dollar. So like an Amazon, linking out to an Amazon storefront where you've curated some products, and these are my favorite things, this is my favorite camera equipment, and I think we have a screenshot of it later, right? Is a perfectly fine thing to do, right? But it is always going to leave you collecting pennies on the dollar, right? It just never, ever makes you, the referrer, that much money. You need a massive audience. And even then, there's always an opportunity cost, right? I would rather him delete that line item and send more people to a storefront that's got problems, right? Than take what happens off Amazon, right? In that way. So then next link's down the page, link to a YouTube channel, all for that, right? Go subscribe on YouTube. That's great. I'll build your own audience, right? Then there's a link to a Discord channel, which I gave it yellow. I don't think that's that bad. It's not that good. It's not going to make him money, but it's building community, right? It's building an audience. I think that's fine, right? And then the last one is another affiliate link to a site called Epidemic Sound. And my gut tells me that, I don't know this for a fact, right? My gut tells me that Volantis is an affiliate for them, or he's maybe they gave him like a part owner, or maybe he created it, like maybe kind of stuff. But even then, right, if it's an affiliate link, he's probably, again, it's the same thing as the Amazon store. You're probably making so little from that, right, that I would rather have him just push more people, less links, fewer links, less distractions, push more people to the stuff that you own, and when someone buys, you make all the cash, right? So this is the what are they promoting idea, right? I'll give green for the storefront, green for the YouTube channel, and the rest of the stuff probably pennies on the dollar in terms of what it's actually making Volantis. Dig it. So let's take a look. What happens at his storefront, right? So we'll pull in a picture of his storefront here in a little bit, right? But essentially, this is his business, right? Volantis is linking from Instagram and from YouTube to a storefront that he built on Squarespace. It's exactly what you think. It's basically got, a bunch of go buy this LUT pack and this LUT pack and Jordan, for those of us who aren't into like photography and videography, what is a LUT pack? I'm saying
It's a
LUT.
It's a
right?
photo filter.
Is
That's all it is.
Got it.
Yeah, you don't need to know what it stands for. Lookup table. It's just a photo filter. So if you're in Photoshop, if you're in Lightroom, or if you want to apply this to your Instagram filter, it's just adding a nice fancy filter. And it's cool because I can say like, I want his look. I want that Kodak look, that street photography look. And all I have to do, I don't have to learn photography. I just have to grab his photo filter pack and apply it to my own photos, and boom, I've got the results I need.
Exactly right. Yeah. So listen, it's an awesome product to sell. It's something that he made one time and he could sell 1,000,000 of them, and it's zero extra work for him, right? Which I think is awesome. So he's selling cool stuff, but here's the problem. The problem is that right now my gut tells me that Volandis's average order value is probably like $15 to $30, right? Someone's probably coming in and buying a LUT, right? Maybe they come back and buy a second one, maybe, right? But in general, there's not a lot of like room to grow. You know what I mean? There's no way, and we'll talk about how to fix this in a little bit, right? But if you're guilty of what we call one and done sales, right? Meaning your customers come in, they buy one product from you, and that's it. Give me a guilty yes in the chat box, right? Drop yes down below. Because one and done sales is like the biggest reason that people don't make as much as they should, right? When they're selling stuff to their audience. I don't care what it is that you're selling. If you're guilty of one and done, give me a yes, right? And we're going to talk about how to solve that problem and quite literally double or triple your revenue just by solving that one simple thing, right? So we'll get to that in just a second. But yeah, the Amazon storefront, this is a picture of it, right? And Volandis got a cool picture. This is him. This is my stuff. Come and check out my favorite tools for podcasting and streaming, my favorite camera gear, my favorite office needs, right? And this is when you are an Amazon affiliate, again, you make like 1 to 3% on whatever someone buys. So if someone goes and the perfect person comes in, someone who comes from Volandis' audiences, clicks to his Amazon storefront, goes and buys like a standing desk and a podcast mic and a piece of camera gear and spends, $1,000, right? Volandis is still only going to make, like $60, $40.
Yeah, I
Like,
remember I would do like a Sony camera review on my YouTube channel, and if someone were to actually buy that Sony camera, it's a $2,000 camera, I would get somewhere between $30 and $60 of that sale, and you get it 30 days later, and you just have to hope and pray that they didn't clear their history or wipe the cookies from their browser so that you could get credit for the sale. It's pennies on the dollar. This is, and no offense to Volandis, but like this is what a beginner would do if you don't have a product, if you don't have anything to sell. Go start an Amazon store, because you just say, hey, just go here and just track people.
This stuff. Amazon ships it. Somebody is out making it. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's not your problem. So
there's no infrastructure that you need. It's very So in the early stages, great, do this, but I want you guys to start thinking about building your own stuff. I want you guys thinking about owning your corner of the internet, having your own digital products, having your own training. This guy is huge. This guy can create videos just like that, photos, digital assets. He's got, we've worked with photographers before, Scott, and the classic story is, what is it? Something sitting on my hard drive, like the $1 million sitting on my hard drive I didn't even know I had.
Probably I guarantee you, Volandis has stuff sitting on a hard drive on his computer right this very second that he could package up and start selling, right? Stuff collecting digital dust that would be more profitable, right? If he started linking to that than selling what he's doing on Amazon, right? So yeah, my guess is it's a holdover. Someone gets started, they do stuff on Amazon, and it just is still being included, right? But what we'd like to do is engineer stuff that's going to make him a hell of a lot more money than his Amazon storefront's currently making him right now, right? So, Jordan, we like to ask this next question, right? How easy is it to buy, right? What do we mean when we're talking about how easy is it to buy from Volandis?
Yeah, just how much energy the customer has to put into the buying process. And so he's on Squarespace, so that's a great place to, he probably got sucked into hey, you're a photographer, you're an artist, be on Squarespace, show off your portfolio. And then Squarespace came out with a feature of just kind of this afterthought of e-commerce. And they're like, okay, hey, by the way, you could do like checkout process, upgrade to this plan. But it's an afterthought. It's a one and done sale. It's a cart based kind of shopping experience. So if he wants to buy a digital product, you have to add it to your cart, go back to the store, add another product to your cart. And then for the digital products, you have to add your shipping address and your billing address, which makes no sense because you just need my email address. And then Squarespace takes their certain amount of fees based on your sales. So how easy is it to buy? it's very easy to buy just one $10 product. But the next question beyond that is how easy is it to buy more? I don't want just a $10 customer. I want a $100 customer. I want a $1,000 customer.
Right.
And Squarespace is going to hold you back in a lot of those cases.
For sure. For sure. So, that brings us to this, right?
Yes.
Is really two storefront problems, right? So here's a picture. This is Valandis' storefront. Number one, it's beautiful, right? Of course it's beautiful, right? Valandis, everything he makes, pictures, videos, and stuff like that are stunning. They're absolutely gorgeous. So, but, if we zoom in a little bit, what do we have? We have a top row. He's selling some LUTs, right? He's selling this kind of, digital photo filters, video filters, stuff like that. The next thing's down, he starts selling prints, which honestly is freaking really cool. Some of those prints are amazing, right? All good. That's all good. Those aren't the problems. But here is the problem with a storefront, right? Sending people to a storefront this is what creators think we all see. They're like, oh, sick, a buffet. I'm going to come in here. I'm going to grab up all the stuff. I'm going to buy 3 LUT packs. I'm going to get this and that. And they think a storefront is a buffet, right? When really, visitors go to your storefront and this is what they see instead, right?
Yes.
They see a maze. Okay, so what do? I got to go here. I got to learn about every product in this entire thing. I got to look and find out what I want, right? And then I got to decide, okay, cool, what's the price? And then check out, and maybe I want to go back and buy something else, and I have to place a second order. You know what I mean? Your visitors see a storefront. Your goal should be all about hand-holding your people. You know what I mean? It's not just about, hey, go to my storefront and find the product that's right for you. It's, hey, let me show you the product that's right for you. I'm going to start you right there looking at this product, not look at all these things I have. Let me show you one thing at a time, right? And that goes hand in hand, okay? Big time hand in hand when you're talking about fixing the next problem, okay? So the first problem in storefront, it's a maze. People don't want to hear about everything you have. They want to be told what's for sale right now. Come buy this one thing.
This is what we talk about, that curated experience. You don't need to give your customer all these options. Just say, here's the best thing. Here's the only thing you need to focus on. And the simple question is, do you want to buy this? Yes or no? That's it.
For sure. Yep. And then here's the next problem you got to solve, okay? One and done sales. We already talked about this a little bit, right? But if you're guilty of this, give me a yes in the chat box, right? If I go to your site right now and someone goes to buy a product, a service, whatever from you, a LUT pack, right? And they can't buy anything else along the way. If you're basically forcing people to buy one product at a time, you're buying product A, you can't add C or D or whatever to your order, right? Give me a yes in the chat box because you are guilty of one and done sales. This is what we're saying when we say this is the biggest single opportunity for anyone who wants to make more money from their audience, is getting the right tools in your disposal, okay, to stop doing this, right? Right now I love the Fresh Air presets. You know what I mean? It's something that Valandis has. They look incredible. Go look at the visuals on it. They're choice. They're really, really, really solid. But the idea here is that I go to check out and that's all I can buy. So I'm literally like, my customer lifetime value is being capped. I cannot, right, push through and add more to my cart and spend more money. What if I want to buy all the LUT packs? You know what I mean? Why can't I go and do that, right? So Jordan, the next slide is we're going to show some examples of how other Samcart sellers solve this problem. How do you get rid of one and done sales? How do you burst through that and start making 2, 3, 4 times as much money from every single order?
Yeah, when you only sell one product at a time, when you do this kind of one and done sales method, you are making a really big and bad assumption about your customers. You're assuming that all your customers, they have the exact same bank account and they have the exact same appetite for your products, and they all want to spend just $10 with you. That's it. And that's a obviously hugely flawed assumption. There are people that have the money, that have the appetite, that are ready to spend with you, that are super fans, that have been following you for 5, 6, 7 years. They've seen every work, they've liked every Instagram photo, and they want access to you. They want to learn your knowledge. They want to buy your LUTs, and they want to buy it all. They've got the money, they have whatever. And by offering these order bumps, you're able to let those super customers, those super consumers, do whatever they want. They can buy bundles. They can buy all the LUTs at once. They can buy specific LUTs. It's that simple. Yes, I want this. Do you want fries and a Coke with this? Yes, I want this. Add to my order. Add to my order. And just let them go on a shopping spree.
Heck yeah, absolutely. Get rid of one and done sales and watch your business double, period. I guarantee you right now, if Valandis had this set up for his own business, and we'll talk about how he should do that just here in a second, right? But if he had this set up for his own business, he would probably immediately double or triple the revenue he's making from his digital products, right? And if it's not already, I bet his digital products would become the biggest single line item in his entire business, right? So what would that look like? You know what I mean? We talk about this is the problem right now, right? But how do we take this as it stands and turn this into, right, something that is not one and done sales? And this is kind of what we came up with, right?
Yes.
Was instead of going to the storefront, what if, right, one of his LUT packs had its own landing page, right? And someone could go and check that out, which of course, that's exactly what Samcart does. Hint, hint, right? That's what we're talking about. And then someone could say, cool, I want to add the rest of the LUTs to my order, right? Make a bundle offer, right? Where someone's just clicking one little checkbox and it takes their order from $15 or $30 to $120 or something like that, right? And then, Jordan, you had the second idea was like a Kodak mastermind. Like, is this something that Valandis is doing now? Is this like an idea? Like, what
No, free idea. Just take it. It's a teach me how to use your how to shoot on film. Teach me your ways. Teach me how to get these great street photography shots. Package it up into a course or learning or a mastermind where he takes the Discord channel, creates a private group where it's paid access, and now I can ask Valandis any kind of questions, or he can look at my photo and critique it, give me some feedback.
For sure. Yeah. But imagine a world where someone comes in on a $15 LUT, $30 LUT pack or whatever like that, and they've got a chance to then go and spend $200, you know what I mean? $250, $300, because you've got other things to go buy, other things that you're putting in front of them, other things that are probably sitting around on a hard drive right this very second. You know what I mean? Think about the videos that Valandis has that are his most popular YouTube videos of all time, right? Every one of those videos there should be some premium version of that he has a quick video course on, right? That he goes and, records some tutorials, some premium ones, right? That he goes and makes a premium version of whatever that is and sells access to it, right? Because the truth is, this dude is talented beyond all measure, right? Has a huge audience and probably has a ton of people out there who are itching and ready with credit cards in hand to learn what this guy knows, right? To use the same tools, to do all this kind of stuff.
And this type of strategy here, this takes the pressure off creators. In his older version, in the earlier model that he has, he's relying on scale. He's relying that, okay, the most people can spend is $10, so I need 1,000 customers a month to pay my bills. I need 2,000 customers a month. I need more and more customers. Where here, he could say, okay, maybe I only need like 2 customers a day, because on the average they're going to spend about $250 with me, and that pays the bills, that covers my expenses. So this takes the pressure off. This say, like, yes, you're still going to have your $10 customers come through the door, but those untapped potential customers, those super consumers that are spending $250, $1,000, $10,000 with you, you're giving them ability to, you're greasing the slides, you're taking the friction away, and you're letting them spend more with you.
I love it. And here's an example, right? We talked about, we were going to show you guys an example of a similar kind of business, and one that we're not going to talk revenue and say specific numbers, but is an enormous business, a very, very successful business. Shout out to Art of Documentary. Guys, go give them a follow. If you're involved in videography or photography at all, go give these guys a follow, right? I'm sure Valandis would love to emulate and learn from what these guys are doing, but here's a business that's very, very simple, right? That screenshot at the top right, they basically have 3 things to go buy, right? And it's kind of this cohort style training. Like, it's a live training where you go and you basically buy, based on your needs. You have module 1, module 2, and then this other one called Create and Earn, which is kind of module number 3 for them, right? But they're digital trainings. They are, there's a live kind of element to it. There's recorded videos. There's, all this same kind of stuff like that, right? And this is a brand that is convincing a lot of people to spend $600 and up, right? To come and join what they're doing, right? So, for someone like Valandis, I think the only thing missing is for him to just put his cap on and come up with, what's the next thing I want to go sell, right? And go create something for, because all I'm saying is Art of Documentary is proving that there is demand in this world, right? To learn these skills, to get out there in the world. And the last thing I want to point out is on the Art of Documentary stuff is actually that bottom right. Here, let's go make that full screen for me, Jordan.
Yeah.
I got it. The bottom right is something that is awesome and just good copywriting. I just wanted to share this. It's so fun, right? Is they made this little chart that said Art of Documentary versus going to film school, right? And so it literally was comparing, listen, Art of Documentary, you know what I mean? You can join us for $650, right? Or go to film school for $20,000, right? And like this is the most
That's great.
incredible awesome way to compare, you know what I mean, and make you sound cheap, convince your customers to say, heck yeah, that sounds freaking awesome. I want that right now, right? And so here's a brand out there really in the world, you know what I mean, somebody who is doing a great job, right? And monetizing their audience in the same kind of world. And all they're really doing, you know what I mean, is following the same kind of principles, right? Making it easy for customers to come in, making it easy for them to buy more, right? There's somewhere to go. You can go up and go higher and spend more, right? All of those things are freaking awesome.
Yeah,
But
and I want to say that Art of Documentary has maybe half, if not a third, of what Volandis has. So Volandis has
from an audience standpoint, yeah.
yeah, from an audience
Yeah.
standpoint, much bigger.
Yep.
Yeah, so like Volandis has the potential of being $500,000 business, $1 million business, but just flipping on the switch, reorganizing some of this stuff, and curating an experience for all of his photography students out there that are waiting to pay him the big bucks.
Heck yeah, exactly right. So guys, go follow Volandis, right? At Volandis on Instagram, at Volandis on YouTube, right? Just straight up Volandis on YouTube. But again, here are the 3 objectives we talked about today, right? You want to talk about completing the circle, and now you guys get what we're talking about, right? Delete the store. Don't give people a storefront, right? Lead them to one product at a time, right? YouTube video about awesome film hacks, sell them something about creating stuff on film. You know what I mean? An Instagram post using a specific LUT, a link in the bio that leads them back to buy that LUT pack, right?
Yep.
Then curate that experience, right? Do the same thing. Do not give somebody 18 options, right? Curate the experience and say, listen, if you're buying this LUT pack, right, I want to give you a chance to go buy this one that goes with it, right? Or this extra tutorial about how to do XYZ in Photoshop or something, right? Curate that experience and give people, that's where we come back to that word alignment, right? Align what you're talking about in your content and what you're selling people off of that content, right? You don't say, hey guys, you know, and we'll stick with the film thing. Jordan, correct me if this sounds dumb because I'm not the film guy, you know what I mean? But you wouldn't say, hey, here's how to shoot an awesome portrait. Now go buy my, I don't know, like what would be bad alignment, Jordan?
Watch my how to shoot a portrait, and then be like, here are my top, my top 5 favorite tripods. You're like, okay,
exactly,
sure,
yeah. Unrelated, completely
guess.
unrelated. You wouldn't talk about portraits and then sell somebody something about film and video, right? I mean, totally different skills, totally different whatever, right? Yeah. I'm sorry, I got lost in a metaphor, guys. Forgive me, that's not my thing. And then extending the journey, right? Giving your customers a chance to go and spend more, right? Right now, Volandis can only get so big because right now you can only spend if somebody were to come and buy everything with like 18 different orders. You know what I mean? They're going to buy a LUT, then LUT 2, LUT 3, right? Maybe a couple prints. Like they can only spend a couple $100 maybe if they bought everything individually, right? And when you give a chance, create something else out there, something of value, the private Discord channel that's paid, right? Go create some premium content around, how you edit portraits in Photoshop or something like that. Create other things for your customers to binge on and go spend money on, right? And you'll extend that customer journey and multiply your sales, right? That is how that goes.
Love it. That's our show. Tuesday takeover on the bag, folks. We have Profit Playbook Live coming up on Thursday, 11 a.m. Eastern, and we're here every single week. Tuesday at 4 p.m. Tuesday takeover, the Profit Playbook right there. We'll talk about that on Thursday. Subscribe here on YouTube if you have not already. Go download the podcast, the 5-Minute Marketing Podcast.
All kinds of shout outs. All the shout outs.
We're out.
Shout out to Volandis. Go give him a follow. Awesome creator. Seems like you're doing really, really sick things. And guys, make more money. Okay. You want to get really good at this. You want to turn your audience into dollar signs, right? Follow what we talk about here. Come and join us for the Profit Playbook stuff on Thursday, and go grab a CM card account. Go get a free trial. Use the e-commerce tool for creators that does everything we just talked about in this call. It's built into the tool. That's what it's here for, right? Come and see why our creators make 3 to 5 times more. samcard.com. Check it out, and we'll see you guys in the next live. Be good.